What if OBS creates a 15 seconds viral clip and it's already been edited and it can be controlled by voice command? Alright, I'm gonna test this now. Oh my god. You see that tiny thing recording button here? It's zoomed in, zoomed out, and now it needs to save it. There you go, backtrack saved. Now all you gotta do is upload this into YouTube. And yes, please don't pay any penny for this. Without any further ado, let's see how to do this. Alright, let's talk about the three plugins that we'll be using. Altium vertical plugin, move plugin, auto scene switcher. Let me show you where to find these. Go to your Google, Altium vertical plugin, and that's your very first plugin. Click on go to download. Once it's downloaded, install that. Next, get back to your Google search again. Now we're gonna search for move plugin OBS. And the very first one, click on download and download the first zip file and install. And the last one we're gonna find is advanced scene switcher OBS. And the first link, download and scroll all the way down and you're gonna find Windows 64-bit installer. Once you have all these downloaded, now let's head back to our OBS. The first thing, we're gonna click on the docs and we're gonna check all these, the vertical scenes, vertical source, vertical scenes transition, and vertical, and you would be able to see here 1, 2, 3, and right here 4. Alright, now let's create a cinematic scene. To do that, go to the vertical scene, press add, and let's name this as S1. So that's our scene 1. We're gonna have another scene, that's S2. And the last one, S3. Once you have all three scenes, go to scene 1. Now we're gonna add a view source file. Two things here, your face cam and the game capture. Press the plus icon here. First thing, I'm gonna add my game capture. I'm gonna add my PS5 capture. Now let's add our face cam. I'm gonna head to clone source, and if you want me to make a video on clone source, I can do that. Make sure to comment in the video. Alright, I'm gonna search my face cam here. That's face cam C5. Oh, that's me. And let's add a background. Again, source clone. I think my background is BCC. Yes, that's my background. Try to align that to the canvas. Pull that down so my face cam is right here. Alright, let me move my other camera to the left. Boom, that's good. And you can get creative with your face cam and your game capture. It's up to you. And make sure to resize your game capture somewhere right here. It's smaller. I think this should be good. Let's jump to scene 2. Here I want my face to be focused. I have used this command called oh my god, so I want people to see my face closer. You can get creative on this. Let's go ahead and add my face cam. Source clone, face cam, source clone, and my background. I'm gonna pull my background closer to the canvas there and pull this thing to the top, and oof, it'll make it a little bigger. Alright, now look at my face. When I say oh my god, I know it's scary, but it looks nice though. Now I'm gonna move this a little bit to the top, and I want my game screen right here. So let me add my game screen, PS5, and make this a little short. I'm gonna make this to the full screen so that people can watch a little bit of game, what I reacted. They can sit there. Like I said, you can get creative. Alright, once our scene 2 is ready, let's jump to scene 3. You can actually duplicate scene 1 because we want our viewers to watch it for a little longer. So go ahead and click on scene 1, right click, duplicate, and let's say S4. I'm gonna delete my S3 and rename that back to scene 3. So scene 1 and scene 3 are the same, and scene 2, that's where the magic happens. Now if you notice, there is kind of like an animation or like a move effect you would see if I move between the scenes. That's because in the vertical scene transition, if you click on drop down, it usually used to be cut and fade, but now we have added move. That was one of our plugin. It gives really good smooth feature. If you use fade, it's gonna just doesn't look good. But if you use move, it is actually good. I love it. Alright, now let's see how to use advanced scene switcher and use a hotkey to automatically move between the scenes. Let's go back to our Altium plugin. Click on the settings button here, and the first thing on the general, try to spot backtrack, and there are like 3 hotkeys. So the first one is the start. It means it basically starts the recording, and stop to stop it, and save, that's when it saves to your PC. And you can see your Windows save location of the video. You can browse it, you can change it, and we want our shots to be between 15 seconds to 20 seconds. Alright, let's go ahead and set our hotkey. Let's click on the start. I'm gonna give maybe, let's say, num1 button. and to stop, let's say num2 button, and to save, let's say num3 button. So make sure you remember this order and press OK. So now we have set our hotkeys in OBS. Now let's set up our advanced scene switcher. Go to tools and automatic scene switcher. This is inbuilt OBS plugin, but we have installed a new one. That's the first one, advanced scene switcher. Click that, open it. I have few of my settings already here, but I'm going to show you how to set this for the vertical stream. So first thing, click on the plus and let's say vertical. That's one. Let's have another one. Vertical 2. Okay. And another one. Vertical 3. And press OK. Let's start with the vertical. So here we're going to set up a hotkey. It automatically toggles by streamerbot and it has a flow. I can show you here. We want our scene 1, then scene 2, and then scene 3, and record and save the file. That's what we want to do. Alright, to do that, first thing, click on the plus icon, and if it's not a scene, we're going to find something called hotkey is pressed. So now it basically creates a macro trigger hotkey 6. So when you press this button, we want our scene to be set at S1. That's a scene 1. So if this key is pressed, here we're going to tell what it needs to do. So switch scene to program and click on here. That's our ATM vertical main. That's our regular OBS stream. But we're going to click on ATM vertical and click on that, and we're going to click on 1. So when you press that button, it needs to go to a scene 1. Now let's pause this here. Let's go back to our file, settings, and spot the hotkey. And here, if you search for macro, that's right here, macro trigger hotkey 6. Here, let me say key 5 and apply and OK. And if I press 5, it went back to scene 1. Now let's go ahead and open our advanced theme switcher again. And in the vertical, that's done. Let's go to the vertical 2. Now again, press add. But now if the scene is 1, click on scene select, ATM vertical. And if scene is 1, we want it to stay for maybe 3 seconds so that they can see a little bit of game screen, and move to scene 2. That's where you have your face zoomed in. Same thing with scene with name. Click on ATM and click on scene 2. So after 3 seconds, it's going to switch from scene 1 to scene 2. Once that's done, let's go to the vertical scene 3. Again, plus. And here we're going to press scene 2, and we want it to move to scene 3 just after 2 seconds because we don't want people to see your face for longer, and switch to scene 3. And now we can close that. And I missed a very important part. If you go back to your advanced scene switcher, click on vertical and make sure on the vertical 2, you click on the timer and click on the drop down and set that to for exactly 3 seconds. Same thing for vertical 3. Click on this and click on exactly for 2 seconds. And now it should start working. I'm going to press num5. Alright, it works. And it should go back to scene 3. Right, so 3 seconds on scene 1, 2 seconds on scene 2. And we have not set any timer for scene 3. But we'll be setting a hotkey in streamerbot to get trigger. So when you start recording, it's going to jump to scene 1 and follow the order, and you have a clip ready. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is how to connect this to the streamerbot. And here we'll be adding a couple of hotkeys and see how to add a voice command. And if you want to know how to set up the streamerbot, you can check the link above here. No, somewhere there. Now let's open our streamerbot. Go to actions and queue, click on actions. Now right click right here, click on add, and we're going to name this, let's say vertical record. And if you want, you can group this, let's say VR, and okay. So under the group VR, we have a vertical record. Now we're going to set our sub action and our source. So first thing, the trigger. So we can set a hotkey. When you press a button, it can record, but my personal favorite is a voice command. So when you say something, it's going to capture it and it's going to do a few actions. It's pretty fancy to me and I love it. Let's see how to set up our voice control. You can scroll down and try to spot on the left side something called the voice control. Open that, and the first thing, settings, and click on auto listening on, and you can stop it if you want when you're not using, and enable the log speech. And you can use US, and you can set your confidence threshold to 0.75, and input audio device you can set to whatever microphones you have. I have set to default. Once you have this ready, go back to actions, click on our VR group, go to triggers, right click, and add and go to core, and in the bottom second there's a voice control. Click on command and click on create voice command, and let's say oh my god is shock for me, so I'm going to name it shock, and the command, that's what I'm going to say, that's oh my god. Make sure your location is exact and hit OK. Now you should see something called core voice control command S, and it's shock. Make sure it's enabled S. Now let's go to sub action and add our first trigger. Click on add, go to core, and in system you're going to find something called keyboard press. So that's our hotkey. So we have already set in our OBS num5 set the scene to 1, and it sets a flow of action, and it stays in scene 3 until you say this command oh my god again. So it's going to start the action again from scene 1 to 3. So on the keys, let's go ahead and scroll down, and the bottom you should see somewhere here numpad key 5. Press OK. So when you say a voice command, that's your trigger, and numpad key works. Now I'll show you in OBS how it works. Now we are on scene 3. Go ahead and click on this, right click and test trigger. It should go to scene 1. It did, it worked. And there was a bunch of action that was happening. And also you want your streamer bot to start this one thing to trigger the hotkey that we set in our OBS to start recording. Now let's go back to OBS again and click on the settings. And in general, we have 3 keys that need to be set. So we need to see this again: to start num1, to stop num2, and to save it's num3. So now let's go back to your streamer bot again. Alright, now again click on add and go to core and system and key pressed, and we also want it to start recording right after it sets to scene 1. So to start, the key was num1. Scroll down, try to spot num1 and press OK. So when you have this command, you have 2 key press at the same time and it'll start recording. And when it starts recording, now we're going to set the timer, how many seconds you want the clipper to be. And to determine that, we're going to click on add, go to core, and the first thing something called delay. So click on delay and it will be in milliseconds. So let's say 15 seconds should be a 15,000 milliseconds. Press OK. So once the scene is set to 1 by the trigger of numpad 5 and numpad 1, it makes it start recording, and we have a 15 seconds delay between that. And now we're going to tell the OBS to save the file. To do that, click on add, go to core again, system, keyboard press, scroll down, and to save the file it's num3, and after saving we want it to stop. Again, go ahead, click on add, go to core, go to system, keyboard press, and that should be num2. Alright, now rewind this. When you say oh my god on your voice command, we want the number to be pressed as 5, so that's gonna set the scene to 1. Once you have that, we also want the OBS to start recording, and it's gonna do that by pressing number 1. Then we're gonna set a 15 seconds delay to have a full clip, and you can set this to a 20,000 if you need a 20-second clip, or to a 30,000 on a 30-second clip. And press 3 and it is going to actually save the recording, and num2 to stop the recording. Alright, now when we have everything in place, alright, I'm gonna test this now. Oh my god, wow, it works. Do you see that tiny thing, recording button here? It's zoomed in, zoomed out, and now we need to save it. There you go, backtrack saved. Now let's see our save file. I think the last file should be a file that you actually created now. So it worked. Now that you don't have to record the entire stream, then put that in a software and try to edit it and find that one spike spot that could be a viral clip. Just say any command, you can tweak your command, you can say anything, and you can play with your vertical scene, add a little bit of fancy makeups to it. That's for today's video, and if you like this video, hit like and subscribe. I'll catch up on your next one. Until then, bye from Debu Place.
Keep the change, you animal.